on Divorce Court today. When he comes home from the casino, she heads out to the club, and their 20-year relationship is suffering. Tamika thinks Daniel wastes too much money gambling, and he thinks she might find temptation on the dance floor. Tamika Green and Daniel Easter have brought their dispute for Judge Lynn Toller to resolve. Testimony in divorce court starts now.
Ms. Green and Mr. Easter, you two have been married for just over 4 years, but you had been together 16 years before that. And ever since he put a ring on your finger, things have gone downhill, and you don't want to be married anymore. I'm going to start out with a question based upon the response he had to your petition, which I thought was fascinating. And I don't know if you knew he felt this way. He said, and I quote, "I'm happy that she bullied me into marrying her, but I don't think she is ready for a relationship with me." Does that mean anything to you?
It means a lot to me, because it's like saying that I was bullied. I bullied him into marrying.
Let me ask you this.
No.
16 years with the same dude is a long time.
Yes.
Were you pressing for the ring? Not saying that I wouldn't blame you, but were you pressing him for a ring?
I never pressured him for the ring. He actually asked me twice, and I told him no.
Because?
And so I was young and just wasn't ready to be married. So, he asked twice, and I told him no. And once I felt that I was ready and we had been together so long.
Then you said yes.
Then I was like, okay, yeah, it's time to get married.
Did you ask her twice and she said no?
Yes. Yes, she said no.
Do you feel that she bullied you into marrying her?
Yes, because years I didn't feel we were ready.
After 16 years?
I don't feel we were ready. We was going through a lot, Your Honor, and I just thought marriage was complicated.
Oh, okay. Mrs. Green, you say the primary reason that your relationship is now ending and is so complicated is because he spends too much time at the casino. In fact, you believe he has a gambling addiction and is refusing to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
It is true.
How often does he gamble?
He gambles. He's at the casino consistently every day.
Every day?
Every day after work.
It's not true, Your Honor. I'm not there every day.
How often do you go?
Maybe 3 times a week.
3 times a week? How long do you stay when you go?
It may range, Your Honor. If I'm doing good, it could possibly be 8 to 10 hours.
8 to 10 hours? If you're not doing well?
It's a bad day for everybody.
Home early.
Really? Do you come home a little irritated?
Yes.
Yeah, because I would have been lost.
Yeah.
Right. What's the most you've lost in any single day?
The most? Truthfully, I say probably a couple grand.
In a day?
Yeah, 3 to 4.
That would make me cranky too.
But like I said, Your Honor, it was only like on spurts of occasion. Normally, I've learned over the years to sort of pull myself away from that and not to lose that.
That kind of money.
Right,
you know, when it's going bad, you don't keep putting good money after bad.
Right.
Well, Ms. Green, let me ask you this. When he does come home angry from a loss, what's his conduct like? What does he do and say? Give me some examples of what he's done.
He comes home and he'll flip it and he'll make it seem like I did something to upset him, or I'm the one that took the money from the casino from him or something. He'll make it seem like it's my fault. So that angers me.
Mr. Easter, now take a moment. You already admitted that you're angry when you lose. Do you come home and start stuff because you are upset?
It's the total opposite. I'm agitated, of course. I've been on a lost a significant amount of cash, and anybody would be. And it don't help that she compounds the problem by pulling my cord, so to say, on certain things and certain issues.
Okay. You have a similar complaint against her, which is that you say she spends too much time at the club.
Too much time, Your Honor. Too much.
Tell me how often she goes.
Every
and
weekend.
what she does. Every
weekend, and I don't like it.
Every Friday and Saturday, or just one night a
It starts
weekend?
Wednesday, or I can say Wednesday is the weekend for them.
Yeah.
How often do you go out?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and sometimes Sunday.
That's
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes
too extreme.
Sunday?
It's too much, Your Honor. I just can't take it.
Do you feel that that's too much?
No.
She don't have a problem with it.
Hang on.
No.
Why don't you feel that's too much?
He has the time where he wants to spend is at the casino. I don't like the casino. And I feel like I have grown kids. I feel like I'm just ready to try to live life and go and hang out. I like the club atmosphere.
Do you think she's cheating on you, or do you think she's just out partying?
I think it's both.
Do you?
I mean, you can't go out partying. I think that type of thing work hand in hand.
Uh-huh. Have you ever had anything that make you believe that she's done something, some specific fact or something that makes you believe she has in fact cheated on you?
No.
My wife, she's beautiful. I can't see nobody not coming at her.
I got you. That was a lovely escape. Listen, I'm proud of that.
Next, did their trip to New Orleans include a secret meeting between Tamika and another man? Have you been living together for years but find that splitting up is as complicated as divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com. Become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt. Real problems, real solutions. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Mr. Easter, let me help you out a little bit, okay?
Okay.
You contend that she was cheating and couldn't come up with any evidence thereof. I recall, however, reading in your papers that there was an incident in New Orleans that you found quite suspicious. Can you tell me what happened in New Orleans?
The trip was lovely. I took my wife and I went down to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, this past Mardi Gras, and I have some friends down that way, Your Honor, and I wanted to get up with my old friends.
Right.
And at the time, I didn't have my cell phone. Some miscommunication, my cell phone didn't get put in my bag, and so we had to use my wife's cell phone, and I was communicating with a friend of mine, and through her cell phone, and we got into a verbal confrontation, and that pretty much ended the communication between me and the friend. And I later found out that he was calling her phone all the time, and she didn't tell me, Your Honor. So, with that being said, that would lead me to believe that something was going on between this guy and her.
Was there an individual that you talked to all the time on the phone?
No, and especially he's just being paranoid as usual. And his friends, I don't care for any of his friends. I don't like any of them in no kind of sexual friendship type of way. I don't even talk to his friends.
But they always popping up, Your Honor, in random situations.
As far as his friends popping up at my home when he's not there, they just come. I don't have a...
You're not having
I don't
a
like his
rendezvous.
friends.
You haven't asked for it. They just pop up.
I don't know.
Well, Ms. Green, since we're talking about cheating, you contend that he is actually the one who's running around.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what makes you believe that he's doing the wrong thing?
Well, my mom always told me when he's worried about you doing something, it's most likely that he's doing something. So I always go with my right mind. He could be at the casino and he'll get off work and he won't even come home. He'll just go straight to the casino. And I'll call and I'll say, where are you? Oh, I'm at the casino. Oh, okay, I'm finna come down there. And I get down there and I've been in this casino many a times and I know where he's at and where he's supposed to be. And I'm like, call back, I'm like, where are you? And he's like, I'm here, or I left, or
she'll be catching me at the wrong time.
He in the bathroom. I get over to that section, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gone now." I'm like, "Well, wow, was you even really here? Why didn't you tell me that when I said I'm finna come down there? Why didn't you say, hey, I'm finna get ready and come home? Why would you just, you knew that I was coming here?"
Mr. Easter, does she have to play, hide and go seek with you at the
Yeah.
casino in order to find you?
Sometimes, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's hide and go seek. Sometimes it'd be, she'll miss me. She'll just miss me. Or the
Or he just
casino
don't
big,
be
it'd be on certain days, it'd be a lot of people in there, and she probably
he's not
can't
there.
find me. Yeah, it's been times though. Yeah, she
I
hasn't
don't
found.
believe I don't believe he's there on those particular occasions. I don't believe he was there.
And a lot of times, Your Honor, I'll be in the midst of gambling, and I don't be wanting the extra company there. I think it's bad luck.
You're both kind of chasing ghosts a little bit.
extra company.
You're never home, and then you know she's never home, and he knows, everybody knows nobody's ever home, and then not home leads you to believe that something's going on when you know everybody's not home all the time anyway. And there's nothing real or concrete or tangible that you can put your hands on about the cheating part.
When divorce court continues, is Daniel too lenient with their children? Does he ever follow Tamika's rules?
Daniel spends his time at the casino. Tamika spends her time at clubs. Do you think together time would help their marriage? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers.
If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and join the conversation on Twitter at Divorce Court. Divorce Court continues.
Now, Mrs. Green, you believe that Mr. Easter is not very good with your children. Why don't you explain your concerns in that regard?
Well, my first concern is something that he just recently did, maybe a couple of days ago. It's an ongoing problem because my kids will ask him something and he'll say yes without even, asking me, is this okay? I'm the disciplined person and he's more of the laid back person. My son chooses to think that he can have girls spend the night in my home and I tell him no. So I have found out that a girl has spent the night in my house, and I'm like, what is he? Oh, my dad said I could do it. I was, you asked him because I've already told you in the past that you can't do this. And he knows that. And that's what upsets me because it's always like I have to be the villain so my kids won't come and ask me things because
they'll ask him
they know
to circumvent you because they know you're a no.
Yeah, he got them in a way where they won't ask me stuff in their words. I was like, why you didn't ask me? Oh, their favorite line is, oh, you were going to wild out.
Okay. You wild out.
Yeah. I have a daughter that I have to have an image for, and her brothers having girls spending the night and things, and they're not married and things like that. That's not what I want her to think.
Well, Mom, I gotta tell you, 4 or 5 nights out of the club every week from Mom is not a very good image either. I really, you can't. She sees what she sees, and she sees you going out at night and don't come back till after she's in bed. So,
The next morning.
if you worried about something, you worry about what you're doing. Mr. Easter, are you a little lax in the parenting department? Are you Mr. Yes? Are you Professor Good Time?
Well, well, Your Honor, when it, I got 2 boys, Your Honor, and they on track to be something. So when they want to go for a little R&R, so to say, I let them do it. I try to be, lenient with them on that.
Yeah. You got to make sure that the R&R that they're engaging in doesn't end in child support, though. Do you know what? And God bless you for that. Getting those guys, they're on track, doing what they're supposed to be. God bless you for that. But what I'm saying is, you can destroy everything they're working for if they start creating kids in the process.
I tell him that all the
and
time.
if they don't appreciate what a good woman is not one that just like woo, sleeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't kill all your good work with the extra R&R. And there has to be limits, and there has to be sexual limits. There has to be dignity required for the home, and I don't think that not having, your child doing the mad fantastic in your house
Well,
is a bad line to draw.
It's
I mean,
bad.
Your Honor, he there with his. I mean, she's a good girl.
When
I
his
mean,
girlfriends come over, Your Honor, my whole thing when I'm there, I may let him go in his room, but my room is right across, so there's no closing doors. You can sit downstairs and watch a movie, or you can go in the basement and watch TV. There's no go in the room and close the door.
I just don't think sex should be the go-to recreational activity for youngsters. That's my thing. And I think if you just say it's as casual as watching TV and you can sleep over and this and that, it makes it seem less significant than it is. And the absence of significance for sex means you have a whole lot of extra kids, ain't got a mommy and daddy in the home.
Judge Lynn Toller's ruling next. Divorce Court. Judge Lynn Toller's ruling right now.
Mr. Easter, you really don't want to get divorced, do you?
I do, but I don't.
What might keep you in the game?
Finances.
Oh, wow. That hurt me, and it wasn't even directed over here. Ms. Green, I was going to ask you the same question, but it's kind of tough to come back after a remark like that. Do you think this marriage is salvageable? Do you think?
Maybe before he answered that question and said that, I felt that, I still love my husband and I still want to be with him. I've been with him for a long time. He's kind of all that I know.
Right.
And I have children, and I want to keep my marriage, but I don't.
That was a deep response.
Yeah, I don't understand. I can't even respond to that.
Yeah, two things could happen in a circumstance like this. The truth can kind of well up on you, or you just say things to be defensive. And I don't know which one that was. So don't let that define how you feel about things, but don't forget it either. You know what I mean? Don't forget it either. Here's what I'm going to say to you. Well, before I do that, you want, as you go, $300 for a tablet you say he did something with. Why don't you tell me what it is you want as you leave?
It was a tablet that I had that he bought it for me as a gift for my birthday. And in the results of him gambling and things like that, he gambled away car note money, he gambled away, some other bill money. So it was like I had no other choice but to pawn it to, try to, I'm always the one picking up the pieces. So I had to pawn it to pay bills. And I feel like he should give me that money back.
Okay. Mr. Easter, first let me ask you, did you in fact ever gamble away rent money or other essential household funds that put her in a position of not being able to pay the bills?
Yes, Your Honor, I have.
Okay, I got it. This is what I'm going to say to the both of you. That, his statement is what his statement was, and I think you need to think about that for a while. But if you two decide that you are going to try to make it work, you need to understand that marriage is not a state of being. It is a growing, breathing, living thing. And just like any flower that you don't water, put fertilizer on, or put in the sun, it will die. And what you two have done is gotten married, you put the piece of paper on, and then you proceeded to lead separate lives. You live together, but you are not together. You both need to stop doing what you're doing, because neither one of those activities feeds the marriage. You, in fact, don't do anything to feed the marriage. You're feeding your needs and bumping into each other on the way home, and that's about it. So if you want more from a marriage, you have to put more into the marriage, and you have to actually feed it as well as your own needs. Having said that, I will say this. You admit to gambling away money to the extent that she has not been able to pay bills. She was forced to pawn something as a function of that. There is a concept known in divorce law as misappropriation of funds. And, in the law books, they always give you an example. And the example that they use for misappropriation of funds is when a man goes out and gambles away all the household money, and then the wife is allowed to get some of that back. I mean, that's exactly the example, textbook, classic misappropriation of funds. You fell in it, fell on it, $300 in favor of you. It is so ordered.
Tamikia and Daniel agree with the judge that they have chosen to lead separate lives rather than nurture their marriage, and they have moved on. Post a comment or submit your case at divorcecourt.com or call toll-free 1-877-311-2222. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Divorce Court.